I said, Gucci, you just have to accept that you are not well and fix it. Just accept it.
Gucci Mane should be dead. That's not exaggeration. That's fact. Between prison shootings, addiction, schizophrenia, and the death of people closest to him, his survival alone is a miracle. He built trap music from nothing, then nearly lost his life to the world he helped create.
When I had an episode in like 2019 or 2020, around COVID, like after that I was like, man, I gotta really just hold myself accountable and take care of my health.
This is the story of Gucci Mane and how close everything came to ending. Blood on the concrete. In 2005, Gucci Mane was finally breaking through. Icy was buzzing, the money was coming in, and Atlanta Trap was starting to go national. But just as his career was taking off, everything nearly ended. A group of men showed up at Gucci's home. These weren't random attackers. They were tied to Jeezy's camp. What happened next changed hip-hop history. Gucci shot and killed one of the intruders, Henry Pookie Lock Clark. The case was ruled self-defense, and the charges were dropped, but the damage was permanent. A real-life war had started. And this wasn't just rap beef. Diss tracks were flying, but so were real consequences. Gucci became a target, and the pressure followed him everywhere. What most people forget is that Gucci was already caught in a cycle. Years before the shooting, he'd been in and out of jail on drug charges, assaults, and probation violations. The streets raised him and kept dragging him back. By the late 2000s, Gucci was known as hip-hop's jailbird. But even behind bars, he never stopped working. Mixtapes kept dropping. Trap music kept evolving. Gucci was building a legacy while destroying himself. What fans didn't know yet was the real fight wasn't in the streets. It was in his mind. The demons inside. That ice cream cone tattoo wasn't a joke. It wasn't a stunt. It was a cry for help. In 2011, right after being released from a Georgia mental hospital, following a court-ordered psychiatric evaluation, Gucci Mane walked into a tattoo shop and got a 3-scoop ice cream cone tattooed on his face. Not his arm, not his chest, his face. The internet went wild. Memes everywhere. People laughed. People called him crazy. Years later, Gucci admitted the truth. He was in the middle of a manic episode. He wasn't trying to start a trend. He was spiraling, and nobody knew how to stop it. The mental evaluation happened because Gucci pleaded mental incompetence to avoid a probation violation. At the time, it looked like a legal move. But looking back, it was the system quietly signaling that something was seriously wrong. Once he was released, though, there was no follow-up, no real treatment, no protection. Around that time, Gucci's Twitter rants became infamous. Wild accusations, burning bridges, attacking people close to him. Most people assumed drugs or attention-seeking behavior. Nobody connected the dots. Yes, the drug use was real, but it wasn't the cause. It was the symptom. In his memoir, Episodes, The Diary of a Madman, Gucci finally revealed the full picture. Bipolar disorder and paranoid schizophrenia. Two conditions feeding off each other, made worse by years of substance abuse. The manic highs mixed with paranoia created a version of Gucci he couldn't control.
I don't never want to have an episode again. I'm like, I'm gonna see a therapist. I just didn't never want to have that happen again. And then my wife was pregnant. I don't want to raise a family and then my mental health gone with it.
His wife, Keishia Kaware, saw the worst of it. During episodes, the things he said were so disturbing, she had to remove herself completely. At one point, she couldn't even get him to the hospital voluntarily, so she made a brutal decision. She coordinated with his attorney and security and literally had him taken to the hospital against his will for a psychiatric hold. That's how serious it was.
But you know how much it costs for jury? Like, I would give my friends jury, and like they know I went well, they'll take it.
Damn. They take advantage of you.
I felt like, damn, they know something's going on with me, but they'll take it. So it's like, when I got out of jail, like I cut off all my friends. My old friends, I'm like, damn, they were taking advantage.
During episodes, Gucci would give away jewelry, money, expensive chains, later realizing people knew he wasn't well and took advantage anyway. After his release from federal prison in 2016, he cut those people off completely. The turning point came around 2019. Gucci chose therapy, medication, sobriety, structure. He didn't want to lose his family or have an episode he couldn't come back from. Today, Gucci is open about taking his meds, staying sober, and doing the work. The demons that once controlled him finally had names.
I said, Gucci, you just have to accept that you are not well and fix it. Just accept it. I said, people take Tylenol every day. Just take your medication every day. You'll be fine. Just accept that you're sick, fix it, and you'll be okay.
And once he faced them, everything changed. But while Gucci survived his internal war, not everyone around him did. The 1017 curse. For years, fans called 1017 Records cursed. At first, it sounded like internet exaggeration, conspiracy talk that follows every tragedy. But then the deaths stacked up, prison sentences got longer, and the pattern became impossible to ignore. Gucci Mane signed artists because he saw himself in them. Hunger, talent, young people who needed a chance. But somehow, promising careers kept turning into funerals or court dates. In June 2024, Enchanting died at just 26 from an accidental overdose. She was one of 1017's brightest stars, carving out space in a male-dominated label. Gucci called her a true star. 2 years earlier, Big Scar died at 22. Another overdose, another future erased. Then came the backlash. Allegations about funeral expenses and chains, and public opinion turning cold. And it didn't stop there. Pooh Shiesty was sentenced to over 5 years on a federal gun case. Matt Critter caught a murder charge. Fujiano went on the run after cutting off his ankle monitor. Hot Boy Wes was arrested for robbery. Reddit threads started counting. 7 artists, all facing tragedy or prison. That's not normal. That's a pattern. Keishia Cole defended Gucci bluntly. "We can't help grown men." Her point was simple. You can offer opportunity, but you can't control choices.
And absolutely, he had so many artists from back in the day, and because of this, they re-signed with other people or whatever the situation is, and it pisses me off because none of them respects him. Or give him the credit like Gucci signed me. Gucci's the one that got me out the slum. Gucci's the one that changed my life. None of them talks about that. Not one.
Gucci himself said watching his artist spiral felt like reliving his own past. He understood the path because he walked it, but he couldn't live their lives for them. By late 2024, Gucci wiped the slate clean, dropping almost everyone from 1017. The so-called curse isn't supernatural. It's structural. Young artists escape poverty, but bring trauma with them, without therapy, without support, without tools to survive fame. Gucci beat his demons. Not everyone else did, and that reality weighs heavier than any curse ever could. Lies and conspiracy. In January 2026, the internet claimed Gucci Mane had been shot 8 times at an Atlanta gas station. Posts said he was on life support, fighting for his life. The story spread fast, and it was completely fake. No police reports, no hospital confirmation, nothing. Just another viral hoax, fueled by clicks and chaos. But that wasn't the only rumor. After Pooh Shiesty was released early from federal prison in October 2025, speculation exploded. He was one of the only artists Gucci kept on 1017, and suddenly the internet started pushing a wild story that Shiesty robbed and kidnapped Gucci at gunpoint to get out of his contract and join Yo Gotti's CMG. No evidence, no sources, just noise amplified by internet personalities chasing attention. Gucci's response? Simple. He posted his jewelry on Instagram with the caption, "We only roll diamond splits." No panic, no denial, just a flex. Soon after, Gucci confirmed publicly that Pooh Shiesty was still on the label and that he had big plans for him. No beef, no robbery, no kidnapping. Then there's the oldest conspiracy of all, the clone theory. People swear the real Gucci died in prison and got replaced. The reality? Sobriety, discipline, diet, and exercise transformed him. It's not cloning, that's growth. These rumors don't exist because Gucci is irrelevant. They exist because he's still powerful, still discussed, still impossible to ignore. The chaos is just background noise. Gucci Mane's legacy was already written. Rumors can't rewrite it.